Attendees come to a show for a couple of reasons. One's to expand their personal knowledge. It's not to pick up all these free things on the tables, yardsticks at home shows and things like that. They want to see new technology. They want a chance to talk with an expert, which goes back to the earlier point, have an expert in your booth. Because not only do less than 70% of exhibitors answer the questions, less than 60% are able to
even direct them to the proper person that's supposed to answer the question. Right?
60% of the exhibitors can't even find solutions for the person. Why am I here? What's the solution to what's your problem?
And go back to David's point earlier. He's going to walk on to the next. What's your
That's
pain?
an opening line. I can know what's your problem.
Hey, what's your problem?
That's in Brooklyn. You're from the Brooklyn or from Brooklyn or Bronx? Worcester.
There's three components of spending money, by the way, at a trade show. There's pre-show preparation. John, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, pre-show is very important.
We talked a little bit about that earlier with the business journal.
Exactly. What you want to do is let people know that you're going to be at the show. Simple as that. Now, all of you know, if you've been in business for more than a couple of years, that customer touches are very, very vital. In other words, depending upon the service that you sell, it's important to, and if you have a long selling cycle or a long time between repurchasing, it's important that you get back to that person on a periodic basis when it's not just for a renewal. Okay? So here's a perfect opportunity to talk about introducing a new product at the show. And come see us. And, you know, in many shows that there's an admission charge, they give a discount coupon or a code that they can use and register online. But you want people to come see you. And you want to give them a reason to come see you. So you do that with either an email blast, you either do that with a billing stuffer, if you've got monthly billings that's still in printed form, or any other way, even in your regular advertising. Say, come see us at the Business Expo on so-and-so date, and we're in booth number so-and-so. So you're giving them a reason to come see you. That's the pre-show.
Pre-show is also, John, training your staff. Training the experts that are going to be in your booth and know what their goals are. So much of today's world is return on investment. If you're spending $850 on a booth with a chamber, hopefully you spend some money with my company on additional rental equipment, but
Not chairs.
not chairs. Please, not chairs. They're horrible. But you want to know. You want to design your booth ahead of time. You want to know what's going to go in that booth. You want to order your brand extension items from someone in the room, hopefully, or someone at the show.
Promo products. There's 2 or 3 people in here, right? Were you one of them as well? So just raise your hand so that people can see. We see everything at the chamber today is all about helping you do more business. Okay, it's not about taking your money and saying you're on your own. Our job today in this Chamber of Commerce is to facilitate you doing business. So one more hand up there for those promo people. Okay, all right. So anyway, that's that 2 hands for 1 person.
But you also have at the show, you have, so those are a few of the pre-show expenses. Knowing what you're going to sell, having a mission, having goals, and being able to track those metrics, success metrics, post-show. So we're at the show now. We've ordered our equipment. We know that we have a nice little backdrop here. What happens to the table? The tabletop. This table, we're in the back of the booth. This is a great tabletop. It's very simple.
It's fine.
It could sit in the back of the booth. It wouldn't be obstructed by anybody because there's nobody sitting down, drinking coffee, or drinking beer.
Then the chairs. The chairs, if you want to bring people in to say sit, they're chairs right there. You got a chair. Hey, and you can tell by 2 o'clock when people are, you know, depending upon when they've been there. Say, hey, you looking to rest your feet? Come on in here. And then engage them in conversation. Now, obviously, if you can read name tags and see that the business that they're in has got nothing to do with you, don't waste your time. And the other thing that Bruce mentioned about having the right people at the booth. Please do yourself the biggest favor of all is have people with a personality that are at the booth. And let me just say one other thing. 10 years ago, it wasn't an issue. Today, it's an issue. If your people smoke, have them stop smoking for a day. Because the people that go out and have 3 cigarettes, they come back, they smell like a Winston cigarette. Okay? And a lot of people are turned off by the smell of smoke today. So you say, well, what's that got? If your person is repulsive in their smell, people are going to walk on. Okay? Have you encountered that? I mean, how about coworkers that, right? Okay.
So I think personal hygiene is important, but also if take a shower in the morning, it's okay. So we talked a little bit about if there is no connection to the person. See these things that are at everyone's place setting? I think it's really nice that Charter's giving everyone a nice tool today.
They want to get rid of it.
But you might as well just leave money on your table and give away dollar bills. Because it really serves no purpose. I wouldn't give a brand extension item to someone that has no interest in your company. You have no interest in that.
And
Throwing
can't
away
buy
money. It's just like throwing away money. So you're at the show, and there's some expenses besides the tchotchkes and the booth and the real estate and the staffing and the collateral material, right? Are there other things as well, John?
Yep.
At the show? Like what?
Well, do you sit or stand?
Do you?
Do you sit or stand?
Yeah.
What?
So you're on their level, like on that?
It just shows that you're there for business. Okay? And again, there are going to be people that, you know, for whatever reason have to sit for a while. Go around the corner and sit. Don't sit at your own booth. It basically says we're on break. How many of you have walked into a retail store where you waited at the counter and there were at least 3 people that you could see you, and they're ignoring you? What do you want to say to them? Bye-bye. See you later. Same thing here.
So if you have 2 people that you plan on staffing the booth, and you know one person has low energy, or is a C-level person in your company, or an owner of the company that has a lot of things going on, 2 people might not be enough. You might need 3. So that's an additional cost to you. Parking is an additional cost. The Central, at the DCU Center. Excuse me, DCU. The DCU Center. Electricity. It just doesn't happen. You have to order it ahead of time. I think we talked a little bit about this exhibitor services kit. It's online. All the forms are in the kit. If you're running hot tubs, you'll need water, you'll need drainage, you'll need power. If you're running lights, if you're running a monitor, all those things. If you have a monitor, John, where should that go? If you're running a video, should you run a video at the show?
Well, some people like to run endless loops of videos. Again, I think a lot of it depends upon whether or not it's pertinent to the passing audience, or do they have to see it from the beginning? Because many times if you can stop someone and say, look at this 4-minute video, and then you can catch them for 4 minutes. But if they're catching the last 30 seconds of it, it's not going to be pertinent to them because you know, they've already missed the opening point. One of the other points that you need to consider with the booth is consumption of alcohol at the booth.
Oh, I really like to drink my beer at 4 o'clock in the afternoon during the after hours. When's the after hours start? 5 o'clock. So at 5 o'clock, all these restaurants open up, and everyone's walking around with little plates, little bottles, and you're feeling a little guilty about it, and you're saying, well, I think I'll have one too, and I want to be part of the socialization process. You're there for one reason, it's to build your business. You can't build your business if you're eating celery sticks and drinking beer. So there shouldn't be any food in the booth. There shouldn't be any booze in the booth. It's okay to have a bottle of water because hydration is good, I think. But you don't leave the bottle of water sitting on the table. You place it underneath the table. Tables have skirts. You can hide a lot of stuff underneath.
We joke about that, but I remember being at a national, the Food Marketing Institute, and Tony's Pizza was there, and Stroh's beer was there. From the Midwest, you know what Stroh's is. We used to joke that by noontime, all the Stroh's people were at the Tony's booth, and all the Tony's people were, and they were wearing those Century 21 style jackets at the time, so you knew exactly who they were. And they're hammered by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, while they're working. And these are national, right? And let me suggest one thing to you. Because this is not a national show, it doesn't mean that the level of attendee or the level of what's the word, expectations should be lowered. Because you're working in your own market. So consider it the same as a national show if you were a national brand. But I'm telling you folks, some people can drink 6 or 7 beers, not have a problem with it. Some people can drink 1 or 2 and they're saying stupid things.